Yeah, it's been a real smooth transition. I've enjoyed it a lot, just coming in and meeting all the guys and all the coaches and learning a new offense, obviously. It's been really seamless, and I feel like I fit right in.
You were a highly coveted guy in the portal. What was it about Kansas that made you feel like this was the place for you?
Yeah, it was a number of things. I mean, just looking at the offense that Coach Z wants to run, his threat with the right amount of tight ends in the tight end room, and the different things he wants to do, I think is really unique. And I see that from a lot of different schools. And obviously, a quarterback room like we have, and JD behind the wheel, you can't go wrong. So I think it'd be really dangerous.
Can you talk about, I know you guys had some ties to Rob Ionello. How much did that help out?
Huge. I mean, yeah, Coach I met a lot through this whole process. He's really instrumental. He and my dad go way back, Arizona in the Desert Swarm days in the 90s. But just to hear his stories and to be around him, really, really cool guy. So.
When you're on your visit and they do like film stuff with you, who are they kind of showing you clips of from the past?
Really everybody. I mean, we were looking at a lot of mostly last year's tape, Trevor and the guys that had last year, and years prior. So yeah.
What have your impressions been of Coach Lubick?
I would say just a overall football guru. Like, he really knows his X's and O's, and he's a guy that you can sit down with and just tell he's been around. He really knows his stuff. So, I consider myself really blessed. I've gotten here. He's my third tight end coach now. So a bunch of different perspectives on different things, and like I said, he just knows a lot. To be able to soak up all that is a blessing.
How quickly do you pick up? You mentioned he's a guru. Just how quickly did you pick that up after meeting him?
That's a good question, because I would say he wasn't really around. He was obviously out of town with this whole thing when I was being recruited. But really, like, within the first week, I'd say, like, just once we got to sit down and get acclimated to things, and he was able to lay out the game plan to me and kind of picked it up fast. So.
In terms of your own skill set, what are some things that you hang your hat on?
I would just say being a complete tight end. Obviously there's guys in the game now that are specialized in certain things, whether it be in line or being vertical threats. But I'm trying to just make my focus this year and moving forward in this whole process is being as complete every down tight end as I possibly can be.
What do you see from the tight end group so far in spring football?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very, very explosive tight end room. You have guys like Deshaun, obviously, who's a seasoned veteran, and then Leighton Kier coming up too. And then we have a lot of talented young guys as well. So, I mean, it's a great room, and everyone's been really welcoming and open arms, and really fun guys to go to work with.
You and Deshaun on the field at the same time. Like, what can you guys do to a defense?
Man, it's really special. That's a great point because, obviously I talked about how talented he is, and obviously just knowing what I can do, I think it'll put a lot of pressure on the defense in terms of personnel groupings and how they want to play us.
Who are some players that have helped you kind of adapt to this new environment?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's really been great, to be honest. This is a really strong team built on a really strong culture. So I would just say really everybody. Like, Deshaun has been great. All the quarterbacks have been phenomenal in terms of that. Cole and JD, everyone's really kind of had a process in that. So.
How do you think that culture's been able to shine through and persist even with so many new guys coming in? And I guess, what do you think are the defining qualities of that culture as someone who's new to it?
Yeah, I would say just looking at it, I think that the main reason is this is a player-led team. I think a lot of people kind of say that and, rah-rah, whatever, but I really look at it, and I've come from a couple good teams in my past, but this is a real player-led team, and they're disciplined, and everyone kind of holds each other accountable. So.
You've been a West Coast guy, went to college in Arizona. What's it like now being in a place like Lawrence?
Yeah, it's different. It's definitely a huge change up for sure. The biggest thing that stands out to me is just the Midwest hospitality in general. It's real. Just being around town, how welcoming everybody is and how friendly they all are. And it's great. So, I mean, Lawrence is special for me already. I'm enjoying it here. So.
You like seeing the snow on the ground?
Yeah, no, I've never seen that in my life, especially with the blizzards and everything, but definitely a change up for sure, but I enjoy it.
Obviously, JD's recovering, but how is Zeke and Cole looked out there?
They look great. I mean, those guys they're really talented. Both of them, really all of them, kind of all stand out to me, just in terms of their leadership and their professionalism and how they go about their work every day. And I would just say, like, their ball placement in general, like, it just really stands out to me. I'm really impressed. So.
We hear from a lot of new guys about Coach Sleeve. Just in your perspective, what have you liked about working with him in the weight room and the culture?
Yeah, Sleeve he's been special, man. Like, coming into this process, he's exceeded my expectations of what I expected from a strength coach, I'll say. So he's been really instrumental. He has a huge role in everything that the team does. So he's been great.
Anything else we